Rise and shine, welcome to your Morning Manna. This week we're talking about your true identity. Who does God say that you are? We've been replacing the lies about our identity with the truth of what God says about us. And yesterday we began reading through a passage in Ephesians chapter 1, verses 4 through 7. We've already covered verse 4, but today we're going to pick up where we left off in verse 5. This is what it says. God decided in advance to adopt us into his own family, bringing us to himself through Jesus Christ. This is what he wanted to do, and it gave him great pleasure. Yesterday we learned that we're chosen by God, and now in the very next verse, Paul is saying that we're not only chosen, but we're adopted into his family. Here's the big takeaway. You are adopted. Now, you might be thinking, wait, I'm the adopted kid? Sounds like I'm second class next to the naturally born child. But check this out. When the Bible was written, the Romans, they had this law that said that you could literally disown a natural child. If you were displeased with your son or daughter, you could disown them, and therefore they would be disqualified from any inheritance that they would have otherwise received from you. However, the Roman law also stated that you could not disown any adopted son or daughter. Here's what that means. In other words, when someone adopted a child into the family, there was no reversal. All sales are final. And that decision is set in stone, which thereby guarantees the adopted child an inheritance. I think God knew exactly what he was doing when he adopted us. Ultimately, I think he's communicating a sense of security. He's giving us that position of security in the family. He's not going to abandon us. He's not going to kick us out. And he's promising us an eternal inheritance. There's no need for us to worry. We get to stand firm knowing that our place in the family is secure and our inheritance is guaranteed. Remember, things are different now. Your relationship in the kingdom has changed. The king himself has called you out. He's picked you out, you individually, and he's brought you in. And he's given you a seat at the table. He's adopted you as his son or his daughter. And that means that you're not just in the kingdom, but you're a part of the royal family now. And that's why Peter writes in 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 9 and 10, he says, "But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light." Once you were not a people, but now you are God's people. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy. Listen, clearly our standing in the kingdom, it's changed, and now it comes with a position of authority. It's not only important that we understand who we are for the sake of our identity, but also there's a mission, there's a purpose attached to it. The better that we understand who God has created us to be, the better we understand his plans and his purposes for our life. What's the mission? To make him known, to make the biggest splash on planet Earth for his namesake while we're alive. Listen, if you want to dive deeper with this, you can download a PDF in the description below. I've got a quick assignment for you. Otherwise, God bless, and I can't wait to continue this conversation tomorrow.